In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on October 13, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Florida Panthers versus New York Islanders. The Florida Panthers will be trying to get past their disappointing playoff exit last season when they faced the New York Islanders in their season opener on Thursday night. The Panthers finished the 2021-2022 season with a 58-18-6 record, which was the best in the league. The Islanders finished with a 37-35-10 record and missed the playoffs. New York is 6-3-1 in its last 10 games against Florida. Florida is 44-19 in their last 63 games overall and 17-8 in their last 25 road games, while the under is 4-0 in their last 4 games overall. New York is 1-4 in their last 5 home games and 2-6 in their last 8 games overall, while the over is 5-0 in their last 5 Thursday games. The Panthers finished with the best record in the league last season, and they were great offensively, scoring more than 4 goals per game. Even though they lost Huberdeau, who was their top point getter, in the offseason, there won't be much of a drop-off because they added Tkachuk, who had a breakout season with 104 points in Calgary last season. They are also very good on special teams and will be too strong for the Islanders, who didn't make a lot of moves to improve their team in the offseason. The Islanders weren't very good offensively last season and barely finished over .500, which led to a coaching change. Instead of adding a few weapons in free agency, they decided to stand pat. They also aren't very good at converting power play opportunities, and they're facing a very good defensive team, so expect them to struggle offensively in this game. The Islanders are a perennial playoff team, but they weren't good last year, and while injuries did play a part in those struggles, there were still enough pieces to compete, and they couldn't cut it, and the goaltending can only do so much. Florida has some new pieces to integrate, but they're the better team by a fair margin here and won all 3 meetings with the Isles last season. So the Florida Panthers money line is our full game side pick. The Panthers averaged 4.11 goals per game and 3.56 goals per game on the road. They averaged 4.67 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Islanders. New York were very good defensively last season, giving up 2.56 goals per game at home. They are bringing back most of their players from last season, so expect them to be just as good and keep the Panthers under their average in this game. The Islanders averaged 2.79 goals per game and 2.9 goals per game at home. They averaged 1.33 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Panthers. With the Panthers bringing back most of the unit that gave up 3 goals per game on the road, the Islanders won't score enough goals to push the score over the total. The Islanders and Panthers played under the total in 5 of their last 9 meetings. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Capitals versus Toronto Maple Leafs. The Washington Capitals face the Toronto Maple Leafs, with both teams looking to take big steps forward in the Eastern Conference. The Capitals reached the playoffs last season as a wild card team but were eliminated in the first round, while the Maple Leafs had the second best record in the Atlantic Division but were also eliminated in the first round. Both teams are looking to start the season strong as well as bounce back from opening night losses, and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. The Capitals are 1-4 in their last 5 road games and 2-8 in their last 10 overall. The Maple Leafs are 4-1 in their last 5 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 55-27 in their last 82 overall. The over is 21-9-2 in Capitals' last 32 overall. The over is 43-17-7 in Maple Leafs' last 67 overall. The Capitals are 5-2 in the last 7 meetings in Toronto. The favorite is 21-9 in the last 30 meetings. I think the signing of Darcy Kuemper is an improvement for the Capitals, but the offensive power of the Maple Leafs is hard to bet against. Toronto will be looking to get the bitter taste of a first-round defeat out of their mouth in their first home game in the 2022 season. TJ Oshie remains questionable for the start of the season, and the physical presence Tom Wilson brings will be absent as he is recovering from surgery on his ACL. Furthermore, Nicholas Backstrom will not be returning to the Capitals' top line until January 2023. Pierre Engvall is the most notable injury for the Maple Leafs. He is out indefinitely with an ankle injury, but I believe the offense will still be solid despite Engvall's absence. The Maple Leafs were 31-8-2 at home in 2021, and the Capitals will be playing back-to-back games after playing the Bruins on Wednesday. The Maple Leafs should have a strong performance on their home ice, so the Toronto Maple Leafs money line is our full game side pick. Toronto's offense is still one of the scariest to face in the league, and Alexander Ovechkin is always a threat on the power play. The changes in goaltending will require some growing pains as Kuemper and the Samsonov-Murray combo adjust to their new teams, considering their last 3 matchups resulted in the two teams combining for at least 7 goals as well. The Capitals should constantly find the back of the net with Connor Sheary, Alexander Ovechkin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, and the rest of the offense carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick passes. The Maple Leafs look to build off the 3-goal game on opening night and run up the score with Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, and the rest of the forward unit controlling the puck in all 3 zones while also finding the back of the net with shots in the face-off circles and the slot. This is a high total, but with both teams turning to backup goaltenders in the second game of a back-to-back, look for both offenses to step up and find the back of the net at will. This will be a high-scoring game with both offenses stepping up. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Rangers versus Minnesota Wild. The New York Rangers face the Minnesota Wild with both teams entering the year with Stanley Cup aspirations. The Rangers were in the Eastern Conference Final last season and already have a 1-0 record after defeating the Lightning 3-1 on the opening night. The Wild, meanwhile, went 53-22-7 last year to boast the second-best record in the Central Division but are hoping to improve after a first-round exit. Both teams are hoping to start the season strong and make a statement in the opening week of the season. The Rangers are 1-6 in their last 7 road games and 1-4 in their last 5 overall. The Wild are 52-18 in their last 70 home games and 21-9 in their last 30 overall. The under is 6-0 in Rangers' last 6 overall. The over is 39-19-1 in Wild last 59 home games. The Rangers are 2-6 in the last 8 meetings. The Minnesota Wild are a solid team, and they'll be excited to start the season at home. But it is their first game of the season, and it sometimes takes guys time to find a rhythm and really get going. The New York Rangers have had a chance to knock off the rust after their win over the Lightning, and they look terrific defensively. New York should be able to get to Fleury and hold down Minnesota's offense as long as Shesterkin is in goal. Zibanejad already has 2 goals coming off a career-high 81-point season, and it wouldn't be a shock to see him score again. He and Crater were phenomenal in the playoffs, scoring 10 goals apiece in 20 games. Zibanejad also had 14 assists to lead New York with 24 points in the playoff run. It's surprising to see the Rangers as the underdog in this one, as one could argue the Rangers are the better team here overall. There's going to be value all year whenever getting the Rangers in the underdog role, so the New York Rangers money line is our full game side pick. This game features 2 dominant goaltenders. Reigning Vezina Trophy winner Igor Shesterkin should handle the crease for the Rangers after holding the high-powered Lightning team to just 1 goal in their season opener a few days ago. Meanwhile, Marc-Andre Fleury opens the season as the starter for the Wild following Cam Talbot's off-season departure. Fleury should have success in this game as the Rangers ranked in the bottom half of the league in goals per game last season, so it's important for Minnesota to stay out of the penalty box. The Wild ranked 5th in goals per game last season, but the loss of Kevin Fiala may come into play to open the season as they look to reestablish their offensive rhythm. Igor Shesterkin is a tough goalie to face to open the season. Minnesota's a tough out at home, but this Rangers team looked really good defensively in their opener, and I have high hopes for Igor Shesterkin once again this season. I believe that it's going to take the Wild a bit of time to get going, and I look for this to be a low-scoring, 1-3 goals wins kind of game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.